Hi, Leo. I love you, honey. Thank you for all the personal reading requests. Thank you. We've been busy, and we've been redoing the shed. As you see, we have new walls. We're working on the ceiling now. So just want to let you know what we've been doing behind the scenes. And I love you so much, Leo, and thank you for everything you do for us. Let's see, honey. Just want to say there's a lot of different spiritual posts that we've been sharing on Facebook that we can't share with YouTube. So if you're interested in them, you're more than welcome to go over there. Let's see. For Leo. Holy angels, Holy spirits. To the divine above. Angels and ancestor guides. What can Leo know? Weigh them out. Death card, Scorpio energy. 10 cups. Ooh, the devil is at the foundation. Mercy, honey. 7 cups at the top. It's the King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, your internal, 8 Wands. Three Wands. That's the King of Swords at the top. And then you have 5 Swords in the outcome. We will pull from the bottom as we go. Let me see if you can see this. Go ahead, let me fix it. So the court cards we're starting out with is King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, which is Aquarius, Capricorn, and that's what you have here. What's the Aquarius overall energy? Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. They're looking for some new energy. They're looking for new ideas. What's that involve, Leo? 10 Swords in reverse. They're trying to release a dead-end devil. Karmic soulmate. Damn. Woo! Who is this Queen of Pentacles here? That's the Queen of Pentacles. She's flirtatious. Level of marriage on a friend. A wish fulfillment of long term. She's somebody that the masculine has talked to. She's very stable. She works hard. But she wants the masculine to live with her forever. And I don't think he wants to. He's thinking about it. King of Swords. I'm not going to say it's a do or die situation, but it's a yes or no. There is no in between with the Queen of Pentacles. Either it is or it ain't. Capricorn energy. So where your reading's going to start out is the Knight of Pentacles and the Death card. The Knight of Pentacles is taking your time, doing it right. It's a transformation that's got to take its course. That deep, emotional, immense transformation. It's also putting an end to something that's been coming for quite some time. You know the truth. You have successfully recognized the truth. By putting those pieces of the puzzle together, you acknowledged where all the stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights was coming from. Remember the 10 Swords is in reverse? Somebody's lied to you a lot. They lied to you a lot. And they know now that you know that they lied to you a lot. You took one true sword and cut 9 off. Your challenge that Ace of Cups. You have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords here. Truth come before love. It's somebody that loves you like family. You got Jesus at the well there. He didn't go there to get a drink of water. Your challenge could be to understand that the divine loves you. They don't expect you to be perfect. If you were perfect, you wasn't human. You're not human. Why would 10 cups and the Ace of Cups be a challenge? It's a justified contract. That's actually Jesus talking to a woman. Hey, it's a family contract of destiny, looking to be emotionally content by assessing the investments of boundaries. This is the divine telling a woman that without the family that you were given, you wouldn't have been able to find the person you were meant to be. You wouldn't have been able to remember who you are. So where would the masculine be there? There's your 10 cups and the Page of Swords. He could have family spying at Leo, looking into Leo. A wish fulfillment for the King of Wands. Hierophant, this is a spiritual wish. The family wants the masculine to be with the true feminine. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, that change and turning point in life, it could either be karma or destiny. And you got the Ace of Pentacles there. You could have actually manifested this contract, manifested new love, like family, manifested of love to love you like family. Comfort, nothing but comfort. The 5 Swords in reverse, busted. King of Swords, that's at the top of your spread. No more conflict, no more drama, no more lying. The King of Swords, that's what he's thinking now, Aquarius energy. I should have never lied the first time. And maybe it was a small lie. Maybe it was a small lie. What kind of lie was it? Well, it caused judgment on the family. Breaker 19 calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? Virgo energy, long time blockage. Start all over. Initiating a small contract through emotional confusion. You can manifest if you are spiritual and you don't know you're spiritual. You can manifest life change without knowing it, just by being confused by your thoughts, by what you speak out loud, by you saying, "Hey, is that all you got?" You know, don't ever damn your lessons, because sometimes your lessons will damn you back. That's a fact. The bottom of your spread. Oh, look at this. So you have the Lovers and the Devil. So this is literally a karmic twin. It's Adam and Eve. Satan tempting humans. Where's the divine feminine? Yeah, she's guarded. Yeah, her strength, courage, her power, her wisdom, self-love, self-care, self-attainment. She's got the boundary line drawn. Her strength draws her boundary. She's telling the devil you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Where's the masculine here? Devil and the Lovers? Five Swords and the 8 Pentacles. So he's focused on the challenges. Trying to master the challenges, and the Emperor's trying to free himself. Long time twin. Yeah, long time living. New energy through heartbreak. There's the love. King of Swords. So this masculine is learning how to love himself first. He's going to find his own cup. Where's the masculine at in real time with this Devil and Lover? Masculine. This is where the masculine gained his sex addict problem. I'm not saying it's the karmic lover's fault. But I mean, you have the Knight of Wands and the Devil here. A level of sex addiction. That's what's blocking the transformation, the Death card. Why would the masculine still be with the karmic lover? What the problem is? Unknowingly, patiently waiting for confusion to be enlightened. Somebody's about to see stars. Spiritual enlightenment, unjustified Queen of Wands, argument, challenge. They're about to have an argument over the feminine fire sign. Jealousy. Well, the karmic doesn't want the masculine, or the karmic wants the masculine for sex only, sex and money. Feminine don't need a fucking thing. Is he still there? Maybe up to 6 years ago he was. Well, he is now reflecting on the initiations of interest alone. The King of Wands, Four of Wands, that's the offer at the ending. Long time heartbroken. He's never been able to fix his heart. He's never loved this person. It's only been lust. It's only lust. And I ask what he's going to do about it. Well, there's your lover and the soulmate. There's your Queen of Pentacles right there. The confusion with the Queen of Pentacles brought spiritual initiation. Curious on when it's going to be over. Well, it's going to be over when he finally just walks away from it. What's he need to do? Judgment. And the Hangman, don't support it. Call judgment on it. Even if you got karma to pay, it just needs to be paid. Does this masculine have karma to pay? 6 Pentacles is talking about a divine contract. 7 Pentacles is paying those dues. Boom, shakalaka. A shocking revelation on deception of independent blockages. Queen of Swords. That's the matchmaker. So the Queen of Pentacles isn't a Queen of Pentacles at all. She's wearing a mask. What's the masculine need to know about the mask? New perspective, whole new urge of creation and confusion. Passion is confusing. The interest is confusing. What's a masculine need to know about this karmic twin? Judgment day is here, honey. Hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation after you call for judgment. You're going to have to wake up your ancestors, sir. Like, seriously. Or learn how to say no. That's why the feminine's over there, well, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's exactly why she's saying that. Soulmate coming back. The confusion of transitioning for quite some time. You know, when you should have finished a race 3 days ago, somebody's still running. Somebody's still running. 5 Swords and the Ace of Wands, because it's a challenge of interest. A masculine needs to play hard to get. Yeah, because these are soulmates that are challenging your mentality that you're coming together with. In the recent past, you have those 7 of Cups there. Ooh. And the Wheel of Fortune. The Temptation of Christ. Brought in a cycle of life. Daydreaming, night thinking, seeing the bigger picture, emotional confusion. There you go. You have the Hierophant and the Star. The Divine showed you the truth. The Divine allowed you to see it for what it was. Hope, faith, balance, renewal through the Divine self. You held back a defensive tower moment, which freed yourself from maybe communicating like a friend, because you knew they were going to plan to turn their back on you anyway. To the Queen of Pentacles, leaving the lover hanging for quite some time. Mastering the blockage and following through with the transformation is a challenge of the mind and independence. Who's in the 5 Swords? Because it's in the outcome. Okay, whoever's in the Five of Swords, they got the ultimatum to start reflecting. That's a slingshot, that hoe. Conflict, drama, competition, strife, jealousy. Who cares if they're jealous? Queen of Swords and the Emperor in reverse. That's why the Emperor's not ready. Queen of Swords is here. Why would that be a battle? Making a stand. Because the Mouseland's going to have to stand up for herself on the emotional confusion. You got 7 Cups, 8 Swords in the past. Soulmate, leaving. Queen of Cups with the responsibility. There you go. Undermining the manifestations, but now strategically thinking behind the scenes that Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands. They had the argument was taken to their true twin. The argument was given to the wrong person. What caused this Leo's true twin to argue with them? What started the argument? Three Cups. Abundified enlightenment. Coming together, walking away. We got 5 Cups, unemotionally fulfilled while looking for somebody to challenge was deceptive. They chose the right one that day. They chose you. What did Leo do that the external person did not expect? The emotional confusion of the Queen of Swords. You give it right back to him. You stood up for yourself. That's 7 Cups and 7 Wands. You let it work out on its own. That's when the truth comes out. Yeah, you let it work out on its own. Block. Yeah. This is karmic payback. Karmic assessments. There you go. You know in divine timing that your person will figure out that that person is negative. You know that if you try to talk to them and tell them, hey, you don't need to be around that person, they'll hate you for it. So you just don't say nothing. It's really not even worth your energy, and that's what you're telling yourself. At the top of your spread, you have the King of Swords and the Hermit. Aquarius and Virgo energy. So you see the star back there? The Hermit carries the star, okay? Hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation. Shadow work, King of Swords. Without emotion, initiated the contract to be over. Unemotionally fulfilled. Wants to be emotionally free. Free to love a soulmate in the past. Look, 2 souls into 1. This masculine is carrying a heavy load. Or an Aquarius is carrying something very, very heavy. Ten Swords is the minor arcana for the Tower, and the Tower is the major arcana for the 10 Swords. This masculine is thinking that he allowed untrustworthy conversations to grow. Conversations that should have never went any further. Yep. 7 Wands. There you go. So he's going to end up making a stand to get some new energy. He chose a battle. He's going to master what he's looking for in judgment. Hermit. So this stuff right here has got this masculine sitting alone. He no longer wants a life like that. A new perspective, a whole new idea on where they stand after strategically shadow working. Well, where do they stand? Emotional abandonment, being free to leave, relocate, shockingly start another contract, struggling. That's the ultimatum. Either sit down or enlighten. It's depleting intuition, depleting an ending. Done. Why was the 10 Swords there with the Sun? This masculine Independent secrets, watching, a wish fulfillment, on hold, an offer. This masculine put the offer of his true feminine on the back burner for another woman. What made him do that? There's the sun in the world. That's the cycle he has to end to be enlightened. Cancer energy, not supporting the Cancer energy is a struggle. So who's the Queen of Cups? Bringing peace in the struggle, looking for judgment. Who's the Cancer energy for the feminine? She's the one spying. A low vibe, unemotionally fulfilled. So there is a woman spying on the feminine. Spiritually balanced, independent, heartbroken, and confused. Well, who's the Queen of Cups for the masculine? She's actually blocked from investing. See, intuitively married is a challenge. She's the one that wants to be married to the masculine. Well, why is she coming out in the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups? Because she thinks she's an empress, which is causing a lot of independent confusion in what she's looking for. She wishes. The only thing that would make her even feel like an empress is being with the empress's emperor. How would the masculine know that this woman lies? You have the Judgment Cross, Breaker 19, calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? And that Judgment Cross is on the Chariot. See you later, Rutten Tater. You're going to know as soon as you make that final and firm decision to leave. And once you leave it behind and let the divine fix it. The Emperor, enlightened on judgment, seeing it for what it is. Happiness, bliss, long-time interest. Just go do what you want to do. Just go do what you want to do. They can't pay the bills, make them work. It's confused on where you stand. The 5 Wands is allowing your passion to be tested. Whether it's a hobby or women. And here she goes. You got this Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Swords coming in for your reading. This other woman is spying. And there's someone spying on you. Looking for some truth, some sort of clarity, some sort of sign. The Queen of Pentacles. They have manifested a tower. Heartbroken. They're intuitively heartbroken. Justified by family, looking to be free, coming together with assessing the judgment, the King of Wands, soulmate, leaving behind to initiate a new contract. Low vibing Queen of Swords, cycle ending, emotional confusion with a friend. So the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords are friends. So what's it got to do with the Queen of Pentacles? You got the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Let's see. Libra and Aries. Low vibing baggages. Focused on a brand new beginning after moving forward from the struggle. So the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands are opposite, just in case you do not know. So where's the masculine with those two? It's actually interfering with his abundance. Deceptive. Interfering with the transition of spiritual enlightenment. Being able to open up. Naked baby on a pony. Holding nothing behind. emotionally confused about patiently waiting to follow through with being open to the deception, sneaking around. Wow. One of you have people sneaking around your home, seeing where you're going, private investigator kind of bullshit. So that Page of Swords, this is Page of Swords right here, and that's the Page of Swords. Somebody don't want the cycle to end with you. Heartbroken, soulmate, intuitive, Queen of Cups. So there's a Queen of Cups. What's that got to do with the feminine? Low vibe, not moving forward. They don't want the masculine to go. The Six of Swords in reverse, not leaving. They don't want them to leave. Jealous, conflict, drama, Emperor of Love. They don't want the masculine to communicate with that one cup. Where he's going to, because it's right there. And your internal energy, you have the 8 wands and the 8 cups there. Steering 8 cups. Quickly communicating the emotional ascension here. Without emotion. Ascending without emotion. Where's the feminine? Quickly communicating. There's no emotion. And I will say you got 8-8. So the feminine is the King of Swords. Page of Wands. She's going to spark an interest once he ascends. Once he starts thinking straight. Once he makes some smart decisions. Masculine. Well, he's going to justify it. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. 4 Pentacles. He's got to make himself leave. He's got to give himself an ultimatum to get the fuck out of there. Why would this masculine be halting? What's he holding back? 3 Cups. Negative thoughts, challenges, conflict, drama. What would be the advice? Temperance, to find peace and contentment in your emotions. Queen and King of Cups. Quickly communicate secrets, what your challenges are, masculine. So your ancestors want to help you, but they can't help you because when you manifest 20 or 30 things at the same time. You know, when you're cooking inside and outside the house, are you flipping burgers outside the same time you're doing vegetables inside? They can't. Yeah, you need to be specific on what you want to manifest. And they also want a reason, masculine, why you're manifesting it. Why would they want a reason? Because he challenged the Queen of Wands. Look, he didn't trust the Queen of Wands. You got 5 wands, took the swords to the wand, and took the wands to the sword. Masculine is weighing, that weight is heavy. That weight is heavy. What should he do? Because justice, I mean, that's spiritually balanced. Cause versus effect. The truth shall set you free. He's figuring out where he's been because of where he is today. What's happened? He wants to come together with the Queen of Wands, 2 Cups, soulmate, transition. And here's your 3 wands right here. Ooh, with the Magician. And see, you got the Magician up there with that Queen of Pentacles. So she's manifested a tower. And it looks like your person was planned and prepared. This has just allowed them to prepare themselves for Knight of Swords. Be at peace with the argument. Planning and preparing to turn their back on something that's not going anywhere, to find peace in the argument, to be able to initiate to the right lever. This person is going to tell someone, hey, I chose the wrong decision when I chose you anyway. They're leaving to come to the true soulmate. This is what they're leaving behind for good. Chariots, when you only take your necessities and nothing of your wants. Where's this person going? It's a hidden comfort. Secret twin. Four of Wands. What was the Four of Wands? They're actually secretly comfort with the would be thinking about, you know, being in the same room with you. They don't trust the jealous circle anymore. They're not friends with the jealous circle anymore. Because they're at dead end and patience. Dead end patiently following through, leaving with the wish fulfillment. Look at that. Emotionally content with the dark side. Heavy transition. Heartbroken through confusion, the masculine. He's gonna have, this masculine needs to cry. It's okay. Just shows you're human. Yeah, those dark thoughts, emotional thoughts about the feminine and the masculine, they're causing you to drain yourself. The advice in this reading is the 9 cups. And there's the star. You're only going to find peace and contentment with seeing it for what it is. The 9 cups is an earthly wish. The star is a spiritual wish. Dreams coming true on both sides here. Where's the feminine? Unknown, independent, challenge, assessment. She's actually getting herself tested all the time. She'll test herself through the spiritual realm. And is reason why she's doing it, she's emotionally complete with spiritual truth to be able to understand the cosmos. She knows the masculine's heartbroken, but it won't change. He's got to transition what makes it where his home feels good. That's what she says. What would this feminine say to the masculine right here? Well, there's a happy life, happy home. Even the doggy's good. There's your home feeling. She says, I am your home. That's a soulmate transition. She said, honey, as soon as you cry a little bit, as soon as you go through that self-discipline in emotions, she says, I am your home, honey. Oh, what would the masculine say back? And he come right back out with the 6 cups that she had. Let's see. Soulmate healing. 4 swords. He's telling her that he didn't know the truth in the past, but now successfully recognizing the truth. This Queen of Pentacles, she's watching. Intuitive initiations, communicating freedom. This Queen of Pentacles has caught the masculine manifesting. This Queen of Pentacles has caught the masculine meditating. Both. Talking to spirit. That's what that is. She was spying and she caught him manifesting. It's a long time secret. He's been doing it for a long time. She didn't know it. And this is what's going to start the fight. They're going to be fighting over the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups is that offer from the divine. Conflict, drama, competition, strife, jealousy. It's also the offer of being ignored. 6 cups, 4 cups, that's 10. What's the conflict and drama? Strife and jealousy. What's the offer of fight? Somebody wants to offer a fight. Where's the feminine? Chariot, leaving behind the burden, soulmate for quite some time. The feminine knows she can't help. Yeah, the Queen of Swords and the Devil flipped upside down. She's like, fuck all y'all. She's not doing it. She knows it don't deserve her energy and she's not going to give it. The lovers, the karmic lover. That needs to end. So where's the masculine? And the mentality being tested on this offer. Masculine, where are you with the offer from your feminine? Ready to bring the secrets out on the table, honey? Wish. He's ready to bring the secret out and say what he's wished for. The initiation of a soulmate twin. Look at that, karmic twin. So this masculine, he did not support the soulmate connection because he wasn't sure what kind of emotional decision that he wanted to make. He had a lot of decisions. And he would be saying, I'm sorry, I took my emotions out because of the karmic twin. And since he took his emotions out, he didn't have emotions for the feminine. He's saying my higher self didn't even love me. And if this masculine knows about the spirit realm, he wants to tell the feminine about a dark high priestess. He had to protect family against the dark high priestess. You got 7 wands, ace of wands, 7 wands, ace of wands again. Waiting patiently for a new idea, a new urge. Where's the masculine here? He's heartbroken because he carried so much. But now he's successfully recognizing public recognition that he gotta go. He needs to relocate. 3 of Cups in reverse, not coming together with his love. He will not come together with his blessing unless he puts the devil back in the grave or mentally, physically release the energy from his mind. That's going to give him a little perspective to put some lights on that chariot. Hope, faith, balance, renewal of relocating, leaving it all behind. Struggling with communicating with the offer. Justifiably, spiritually balanced. The past people got to be told to fuck off. I mean, literally, you have to tell them you cannot be around here anymore. And sometimes you just have to leave. Some of these karmics actually are talking to the family of whichever one of you don't want them around. Stop talking to family about what you're doing, because that's where they found out the information. They could be even paying family for information on you. Where's the masculine? Does the masculine have family they need to worry about? Oh, pick the deck up in reverse. Don't work together. No master. No focus. They don't want you working together with anybody, masculine, unless it's your higher self. Yeah. They want you to be free. They want you to say, I'm sorry, but I'm released myself. That's the first card of tarot. Relocating. You're leaving the emotional confusion behind. Where's the feminine? Well, that's the emotional confusion for the masculine. He's got to come into peace and contentment. That woman wasn't stable to manifest what she's looking for. She wasn't stable enough. She was just sex for the masculine. Too immature. Where's the feminine with that? So she recognized that the Cancer energy would deplete the masculine's abundance. That she would complete the masculine's comfort. There you go. 20 swords. Which would deplete that one Ace of Cups. The feminine said he's got to follow through with the wish fulfillment. The initiation of the contract, because he was confused of what the soulmate love without emotion and confusion, causing stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights. Through your intuition. You know, when your higher self is confused, so is the human. I love you guys.